All right, so we have covered networking part, we have covered storage part, we have covered compute part. Now, the next topic which I want to cover that a maintenance, or we can simply say that a business continuity. So, what does business continuity means, and why we required to have a business continuity, right? Why we required those business continuation module? Any idea on that? Or might be Kiran can help me out that. Why we required business continuity? So there is a concept called BCDR, BCDR, which stands for Business Continuity and Disaster Recovery. BCDR, which helps you to take a backup of your running workload and take a, in case any disaster happen, any system goes down or any region goes down, you should have a different region so you can run your business. That is called business continuity disaster recovery, which includes backups, DR plannings, RPO, RTO, and man resources, technology resources, everything. So, in overall journal, let's say that just a moment. In general, in a BCDR, two things is important. One is IT infrastructure, another is a manpower resource. Manpower resource. Right. So let's quickly talk about the manpower resource because we are not going to in details of PCP plans or manpower resource because those are the company to company they are different plannings. So what are the things generally we can see here that if you have a business on a cloud and that business is required to be get run continue in case any bad situation happen. So what companies do is that situations they create a two different teams or two different locations to continue your business. So let's say that your primary business in Mumbai, right? So your primary business is in Mumbai, all the business or workload you have deployed in West India region of Azure, right? But even you have all the workload in West India and your entire team office, Mumbai office is there, right? But still you will find out there's some of a more some of people or some of our team members are sitting in Chennai office. Why they are cooperating from a Chennai office? Because the managers or senior management or companies they wanted to have a business continuation plan. So what exactly happened that let's say that my all the workstation or might be not in Azure. Let's say that it's not in Azure. It's in on-premises data center. So all my workloads is in Mumbai data center, right? All workload is Mumbai data center. Everything's happening. But there will be people who are sitting in Chennai and they are working from the remotely and handling my Mumbai workloads also. And they're also responsible for having a data center which will be called a Chennai data center DC for the DR for disaster recovery. Right. So guys, let me know that if you have a lot of background noise, I can change a place. I right now I'm in someone else's place, so might be there is a possible background noise. If it's there, it's disturbing you. So do let me know. I'll change out my place. Okay. So perfect. So the thing is that we have a Mumbai office, we have a Chennai office, we have a Mumbai data center, we have a Chennai data. In the Chennai data center, right now there is no workload. Right now there is no workload. So the people who are sitting in the Chennai office, they are actively participating in the Mumbai data center. So why this is happening? Because let's say that in future there is a flood happen, earthquake happen, and Mumbai data centers goes down. So we can switch the data centers, we can switch the IT infra, and we can start doing the business. But the people, if all the people were in the Mumbai, they understand that what are the workload running and how the workload are running. We are here. What are the business here? What which application have what configurations? If all the are not available due to XYZ reason, might be power outage, flood, anything XYZ reason, people are not available. Who is going to operate the Chennai data center? So there are people who are sitting in Chennai, right? And the Chennai data people are also taking actively participation in the Mumbai data center, so they can understand that what's going on a Mumbai data center. So in case any emergency happen and they have to run the Chennai data center, so they should aware the business process. They should aware the IT process, right? So this is important factor. We call it BCTR. So this is called a BCP plan, business continuation plan. Right. In this business center, you might be find out that there will be a people, let's say that manager sitting here, and assistant manager or yep, assistant manager can be sitting in the Chennai office, right? Or might be sometimes we call it lead. A lead is sitting over there, right? There will be a three seniors engineer here, so there will be at least one senior engineer will be here. Right? If we have a three senior engineer here, they understand the business, they understand the things. So at least one senior engineer will be here. So in case any disaster happen, a business need to be get continue, they should have one engineer, senior engineer who understand entire way. That there will be a 24 by 7 teams are sitting here, right? And there will be a 10 people. So at least here it will be 24 by 7 team. You will can find out, right? Here at least people will be six people will be there. So generally you can see that in the shift when you have come in the shift, normally you come to the shift that there are two people who comes in the night, right? Two people from Mumbai and one people from Chennai. Generally you can find out these combinations, right? So why they wanted to actively participate, they wanted to be there, the Chennai people to be there in business because all the business can be handled in the in the Mumbai itself. But the thing is that anything has happened, the Chennai team also should need to know that what is going on the business, what is day-to-day process, what is in case they need to handle a Chennai data center. When we switch from Mumbai data center to Chennai data center, they should capable to run the business. Make sense, guys? Any questions here? So we are not going to details what are the BCP plan, what are the managers do. That is comes to the kind of different process or different course or the people's PMP plan, PMP or Six Sigma or those kind of a process will be there you will find out over there. But the thing is that this is what one of a part in BCTR BCTR understanding. So you will having two data centers, might be one in the remote location, and there will be a team sitting up in the remote locations. They're handling a data center from the remote locations. All right, let's move ahead on the IT infrastructure part. Now, what we have seen in the BCP or BCDR, there's two things important. One is the backup, and another is disaster recovery. Or you can simply say that secondary DR side, right? DR side, disaster recovery, right? Two things is important. And in the backups, there's a two types of backups. Did we cover the snapshot? I think no. Okay, we covered. Okay, let me touch base that again. Even if you covered, let me touch that one again. So we have a snapshot. One option is in a backup, is one is a snapshot. Another is a backup vault. Another is a backup vault. Right. Another backup vault where we are taking backups. So let's start with quickly snapshot. What is a snapshot? Can anyone knows that what is snapshot or what's the difference between snapshot and a backup? Does anyone know, Kiran, or anyone knows that? Okay, great. Perfect, perfect. All right, what's the difference between snapshot in Azure, all right, in Azure specifically, or if you can take it on the VMware snapshot? Might be people are aware about the VMware technology. So Kiran is coming from the VMware, so he understands the VMware technology. So we'll not talk about the VMware snapshot. We'll talk about the Azure snapshot. What? Where is that? Yeah. What will happen that this is my Azure virtual machine, right? This is my virtual machine, and in the virtual machine, I have some data. Might be in OS disk or might be in data disk, doesn't matter. I have some data and I'm going to do major changes. Major changes might be I'm doing a patching, security patching, upgradation of operating system. I'm doing some major activity or some application deployment. I'm going to for having a application deployment. I doubt if I do that, the machine can goes down. Machine could be possible goes down. So that scenario, before applying the patching, before doing the major changes, I will take a snapshot of my disk. Snapshot. So this is what I'm taking a snapshot, right? And I can take a quick snapshot and then I'll ask that application team, okay, deploy the patching, deploy the changes, deploy the, and in case it's virtual machine goes down, I can recover my disk from the snapshot, right? So this is what about a snapshot. So does I take everyday snapshot? No, I don't take a snapshot every day because it's on when there is a major changes, patching or any major changes happening, which I doubt the system get corrupt. That time only before happening the activity, I taking a snapshot. Make sense, guys? I cannot go and every day, let's say that I have 100 machines or 1000 machine, 1000 virtual machine. I cannot go every day and take a snapshot for 1000 machines. It is a time consuming. I want to make it automated. This process of taking a backup, a snapshot should be automated. So I will go for something other solution, which is called a backup solution, right? So backup will be, there will be some vault, we call it vault. So in the vault, they are keeping up backups, right? So there is no difference between backup and a snapshot. It's just a difference between taking a process, just the difference between the process, how we are taking it. Here I am taking manually when is the requirement, right? What happens if I don't take a snapshot and some virus attack happen? Okay, I haven't taken a snapshot today. Okay, and today afternoon the virus attack and lock my data. Ransomware happen and unlock my data, and they're asking me that if you don't release the $5,000, I will destroy your data. I'll not unlock it. So if you have taken a snapshot, then you can recover your data from the snapshot, but you're not aware there's a virus will attack going to happen, virus going to attack, virus going or ransom going to attack going to happen. So you're not aware. This is not a planned one or this is not a scheduled one, right? So that scenario, you want to take a backup every day, every day, on a specific time. So in case some ransomware or virus happen, so you can retrieve your data from the backup. That is automatic process. The backup is automatic process. Understand? This is snapshot is on demand, and this is schedule one. Schedule one. This is automatically gets scheduled every day, every week, whatever you schedule. That's up to you. Did you understand what's the difference between backup and a snapshot? Any questions? When to take a backup, when to take a snapshot? Are we good, guys? I think yes, I heard someone. Perfect, perfect, guys. All right. So, snapshot. How to take a snapshot? Let me go to portal. I'll quickly show that how to take a snapshot. Let me go to portal, Azure portal. In the portal, I am running started or stop machine doesn't matter. I am having a one virtual machine. I'll go and check the disk. Here is a disk in the virtual machine. I go to disk, and if I have, let's say that I have a data disk also. Let me create one data disk. Let me create one small data disk, right? My disk. Okay. So this is virtual machine. I have some data inside this virtual machine, and I am running on day to day. And if someone says that, okay, hey Ravi, hey Mesh, I am going to do the major changes on virtual machine. Can you take a backup? So you rather than going or take a backup, you will take a snapshot. What you will do that? You simply click on the virtual machine disk, create a snapshot, right? Click on create a snapshot. Choose where you want to keep it a snapshot. I'll say that this is snapshot for the VM1 OS disk, right? And today's date. Let's say that today is a 16 November, right? I'll say that okay, I'll take it a snapshot one. This is my snapshot, right? And I'll simply go next and take a snapshot. Right. Now I have taken a snapshot for my OS disk. All right. In case I want to take a, the user says that I want to do the sorry guys. User says that I want to take a snapshot of data disk also. I'm going to change the data disk also. So you will take a snapshot of a data disk. So you'll click on data disk, click on snapshot, right? Click on VM1, data disk, or today's date. All right, perfect. So this is what how I can easily take a snapshot. Now, in case anything wrong happen, right? I'll show you that how to create a disk out of that. So you will be that how we can after taking a snapshot how we can retrieve the data. That also I can show you right away. So I believe that snapshot is done. Both snapshot is done. So let's say that my virtual machine disk one OS disk got corrupt. This OS disk got corrupt. The developer have done something which is badly impacted my operating system. So developer says that I want to retrieve my data. So that scenario, what I'll do that I'll go for the snapshot service. Right. From the snapshot, I can see that I have two snapshot. One is my OS disk, another is the data disk. So what I'll do that I'll click on a snapshot and create a disk from here. Okay, and I'll create a new disk, which will be OS disk. I'll say that VM1 hyphen OS disk. Okay, and I can give it a rename. I can give it some rename and restored one, so I can come to know that okay, I have restored this disk. Okay, restored on 16 November. This is just a naming convention, doesn't matter, but you should have a proper naming convention. You can understand. So from that snapshot which we have taken up before happening any activity, you are restoring if anything is bad happen. So I have created a disk. I'm creating a disk now here from the snapshot. Okay, let it create. Now another snapshot which I have taken for the data disk, what I'll do that, I'll create another data disk from out of that. So I'll say that VM1 data disk hyphen data disk hyphen restore 16 November. All right. So now I have initiated, not created, it's finished. I have created two disks. One is that OS disk, another is a data disk. The OS disk is from the snapshot of OS disk snapshot, and data is from the data disk snapshot. Right. Now it's also created. Now if I go to my disk service, I can see quickly there is which is I have created. Where is my disk? One more should be there, right? This is one is OS disk, another should be VM1. Let me refresh the page. Right? You can see that two disk has been created from the snapshot. This disk has been created from the snapshot, restored one. And that will be having a data which is before the activity we are supposed to perform, right? And you can see that there's no owner right now. There's no owner. So I'll come to my virtual machine, right? And I'll go to my disk, which is right now is corrupted. Right now it is corrupt. So what I'll do that I'll click on swap disk. I will get swapped with existing disk, which is my this one. In a same disk, I'll just say that yep, this is what I am going to swap this. This is what my new disk has been created from the snapshot. I'll just confirm that VM1 I want to quit and I'll just create it. Now, if you can see that the old disk, which is now swiping with the new disk, the old disk will be get removed. This is my old disk. Still, you can see the old disk name. I'll just refresh it. You can see the new name, new disk, right? Old disk has been replaced with my new disk. But for this is steps for the replacing OS disk. For the data disk, you have to just detach this disk, okay, and attach existing one, which is we have created. Which one we have created? This one, and save it. For data disk is pretty simple. OS disk you have to swipe the disk. Earlier there was no swap option was there. We have to use to with kind of one script, PowerShell script, we used to run that, but now Microsoft have given this tab was this. All right, now we have swapped my disk with us my newly created disk, which is I have restored. Make sense, guys? So let what I have done. I have virtual machine. Just to give example, this having a disk. One is OS disk, another is data disk. I have taken a snapshot before performing activity. Right, this is my snapshot on this almost looks like the same, so I'm just keeping a same example, same symbol. Right, now this is a snapshot. This is my snapshot. Right, now this disk got corrupt XYZ reason. I don't want to troubleshoot, I have taken a snapshot. So what I'll do that from the snapshot I'll create a disk. Both the snapshot I create a disk. And those disks which is existing right now, this is existing right now, I will remove. I will remove it, right? And what I'll do that the new disk which is I restored from a snapshot, I will replace that disk, right? So new disk which old disk which I have just removed, you can find out there will be no owner for that. New disk, you can find out there's no owner for that right now. There's no owner. So I can delete those disks because it's already corrupted. No use of that keeping a disk. Why should be unnecessary, right? So I can remove those disks which doesn't have owner, right? Now if you can see that which is a restored disk now have an owner called VM1. Earlier there was no owner. So this is how we restored and create a snapshot. Any questions guys here on this snapshot process? Taking a snapshot, restoring from the creating a disk from the snapshot and restoring replacing a disk. Does you have any question? Do you have any question guys? Perfect, perfect guys. No doubt from the Kiran, Mahesh, I heard Shravan sound and Ravinder Shah. Okay, no questions? Perfect guys. So this is how we work on a snapshot. But a snapshot, if you see that I have to do something, I have to do action, right? I have to take a snapshot. My deployer or my developer have to inform me that I have to take a snapshot, right? I have to do actions. But let's say that developer already patch without informing. So I have not taken a snapshot, that scenario. What should I do now? So that time, that scenario, I require to what I need to do, I need to enable backup on my operating system. I need to look a solution as a backup solution. So what backup will do that on specific time. Remember my word, backup is not before any changes. Backup is always on specific time. Specific time, right? That whatever the schedule you have defined, it will keep a copy, right? So let's say that I have designed my system that I want to take a snap backup every day, 2 p.m., 2 a.m. or night. Why I'm keeping 2 a.m.? Because that time entire day process has been done and I feel that okay, now 2 a.m. will be nobody's accessing, so I can have a good compute power to take a backup. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing the any changes on the data. So that will be my final data for the day. Final data for the day. So I'll take every day 2 a.m. backup of that machines. How do we do that? So for the backup, we have to consider the backup account, the backup vault should be in the same region. You can keep in a different region. There is no restriction, but me, you should keep in the same region. The reason I'll tell you that. Let me. Let's say that I have two regions. One is my primary region, another is secondary region. All right. Guys, there's a power outage. Might be my battery will work for at least half an hour, but sometimes it's give me uh, sometimes it's betray me and will quickly shut down. So let's see that what will happen. Okay, just giving heads up. So this is my Central India region, and this is my South India. Oh, power supply is back. South India region. Two region I'm using. This is I'm using as a DR region, or you can simply say that secondary data center SDC, or you can simply say that primary data center PDC. I have all the workloads. My business workload it will be here. Right? All virtual machine I have deployed here. Right? if I keep it my recovery vault in my secondary region, this region, right? What I have to do, I have to send all my data across 1,000 kilometer, approximately 1,000 kilometer. So that will increase my bandwidth. That also that is costing me for sending a data. Also taking a too much time to take every day. It is not a one-time job. It's an everyday job. Why did this pause? It's so everyday now. So all my 100 computers, all my 1,000 computers are unnecessary sending a data across the 1,000 kilometer. So what I will do that, I'll say that, okay, why should I keep it in a recovery backup vault in different region? I can keep it in here itself. And this is what ideal practice. This is ideal practice. Keep your backup vault in the same region, right? Keep a backup in the same region. I'm sorry. And you can simply, this is within the same region, can quickly happen. This is no, we are not going outside the internet. It's the same data centers. Quickly take a backup. So it will be pretty faster. Even if any virtual machine got corrupted, when you are recovering, the recovery also will be fast. Make sense, guys? So generally, for the backup, we keep in the same region. But this is not a compulsory. Some compliances says that okay, you should keep a backup in different region. That time might be you have to deploy your backup vault in different region. That's company to company. But most of the time, people deploy in the same region. All right. What is the vault? I'm so many times I have already used the word vault. What is a backup vault? So in Azure, we have called Azure Site Recovery Vault. Azure Site Recovery Vault. Site Recovery Vault. Okay. Azure Site Recovery Vault or Azure Site RV Service Vault. ASR. You can simply say that ASR. ASR. Okay, they have not. Okay, they have renamed the service name. Earlier, it used to call a site recovery. Site recovery. Now they have changed the recovery service vault. Okay, they have changed the name. Perfect. No issue. Not an issue. But still, you will find out that a backup service also there. Those backup service are different. We can talk later on, but don't go for that backup vault or backup center. Backup center we can see there, or backup items we can see there. But backup vault is something else. The backup vault is specifically for the database backup. We are not using for virtual machine backup. For virtual machine backup, we are using Azure Site Recovery Vault. Right? Now let me create a one vault. Before that, I need to know that where is my virtual machine, which I want to take a backup. Which region? Right? I doesn't require to be shoot running. I can save my cost. All right. Let's consider that I want to take a backup of this virtual machine 1 in East US. Right? So this recovery vault I'll be deploying in East US region. East US. Right. Provide a name. I can simply say that name backup vault. Backup vault. That's it. Next is tag and nothing is there. Great. You're just providing a name and the region. That's it. Come on, create it quickly. Why it's taking too much time? What happened? Are you getting, guys? Any question, any doubts? All right, this vault has been ready. Let me go to vault, backup vault, which I have just now created. If you can see here, come on. If you can see here in essential area, you can find out this which region we have deployed, which subscription we have deployed. All right, what a resource group. Generally, Microsoft is hide this essential area over here. And here you can find out you with this recovery service vault, you can perform two actions. Right. With recovery vault, you can perform two actions. This in Azure, the vault service, which is we are using recovery service vault, which perform two action, ASR or recovery vault. Perform two action. One is the backup, which we're going to see right now. Another in upcoming lecture, we'll see that it's also help us in the DR. How we can have a DR, we can see later on. But it's also used for the DR and backup. And third options, we call it migration. On-premises to Azure migration, this is also help on same vault service can be used for all three purpose. So let's say that let's see first the backup service, backup function. All right. So you can find out here that backup and site recovery option and in overview is there. So I'll just you can go to quickly backup get started or simply I can go here in a get started a backup, click on here. Right. And after clicking here, I can define that where is my workload, where which data you want to take a backup. I say that my workload is on Azure. Well, okay, you're on Azure. Is it virtual machine? Yes. Is it virtual machine? Yes, it's virtual machine. What else I can take a backup if I'm running on workload running on Azure? So I can take a backup for virtual machine. I can take a backup of Azure file share. I can take a backup of a SQL database if it's running on virtual machine or SQL HANA database if I'm running on Azure virtual machine, right? So basically, I'm completely taking a backup for the virtual machine. Two options for the three options for virtual machine, and one is a small one, which is a Azure file share. I'll talk later on why we are taking a file share backup, right? Later we'll talk on that. If I'm not running on Azure, let's say that, then I can take a backup from the on-premises. What do you mean by on-premises? On-premises will be my physical servers. I can take a physical bare metal server, any server which is a physical server. I don't have a on my data center right now on premises. I have running a data center, but I don't have a backup solutions. If I go for the backup solution like EMC, what is backup solution on premises? So there is a lot of backup solution in on premises. I just want to show that backup servers. So there is a VM, Veritas, provided by Veritas. There is a EMC servers. Just want to show you that how EMC server looks like. EMC backup. So those are looks like a backup solution, EMC backup solution, right? They are not showing that they are not showing the full picture, right? So anyways, I can simply show you that tape, which is very common on premises, tape drive server. Right. So those are looks like a tape drive server. Generally keep it in a tape in a vault, and there will be a reader who reads the tapes. Right. Those are the tape drives we take a backup on premises. You can make it automate. You can provide the tapes, different labeling tapes, the different readers there. There's a barcode reader. You have to print a barcode. You have to attach a mark the barcode on premises, which is for the daily, which is for the weekly. right? So those are the generally backup operators do that. So there is a huge backup tapes will be can find out, right? So I don't want to go over there, but if you don't have that on premises, you don't want to buy that tape drive or tape solution, you can take on premises virtual machine or on premises physical machine backup on Azure. So you can change a workload option, all right? Or might be I can take a backup of my Hyper-V virtual machine, entire Hyper-V, all virtual machine running on Hyper-V. Or if I'm running all the virtual machine on VMware, I want to take a backup. So I can take, or simply I can want to take a backup of a specific file and folders in on-premises, a specific virtual machine or physical machine. I can take that one also. So let's focus on Azure workload. I'll take a virtual machine backup, click on backup, right? Now, whenever you're taking a backup, two things is important. The source what you want to take a backup, the VM name, right? And the policy. Why the policy important? The policy define that when you want to take a backup, when, the timing, right? And how long you need to keep this backup. So you cannot keep a backup for every time, every day, right? You cannot keep a backup for entire year, entire 100 years, 10 years. You should have some retention time. So what we do with the policies, right? We define the frequency when you want to take a backup, and also we define the retention. Retention when so how long you want to take a backup or how long you want to keep your backup copy. So let's say that I'll take that everyday frequency every day at 2 p.m., 2 a.m., right? And every day I'm taking a backup for 100 backups, so it's keep increasing, it's costing me that I'm keeping a data. So I'll say that after 7 days I don't need to keep it, delete after 7 days. Till the 7 days it's fine, right? That is called retention. So first thing, you need to create a policy backup, define a backup policy. Either you can use a default policy which is provided by Microsoft, which says that I'll take a backup 8:30 UTC, Universal Time. What should be our time? I don't know. We have to check it out. How do we generally check? We check it to UTC to IST like this. So that will be approximately, yes, 2 a.m. This is perfectly fine for me. All right. Now, so this is taking a 2 a.m. backup every night. Now, how long he want to keep a backup? So I'll say that it's going to keep a 30 days backup. Every day is taking a backup, and every copy is keeping for the 30 days. That I'm okay, but I believe that it's unnecessary. I'm keeping. I want to just keep it 7 days. So I can create my new policy. I'll say that this is my backup policy. Right? I just want to take a UTC. I don't understand UTC. I don't want to convert every time. I'll just go for the Indian time, IST, and say that I want to take a backup at night 3 p.m., 3 a.m. I want to take a backup daily. Yes, I want to take a backup. Or you want to take a backup weekly. So you can define the weekly. If you want to take a weekly, which day you want to do, which Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, when you have to take a backup, you have to define it. I'll just take a I take a backup daily. And when you take a backup, how you take a backup? It's create a snapshot first, which we learned so far, taking a snapshot from the snapshot and restore it. So Azure take a snapshot, and that snapshot he compress, he zip, he make it small and move to recovery vault, right? So that snapshot you want to keep it for the 1 day or 2 day. I minimum you can have to keep it 1 day, or maximum I think you can keep it for 5 days. Yes, you can maximum keep it 5 days. What could be advantage of keeping this snapshot? It will quickly help you to instance recovery. But why should you pay extra, right? Just make it small. 1 day recovery. And how many days you want to keep your backup? Once you have taken a backup, how many days you want to keep it? That's copy of backup. I'll say that 7 days is sufficient for me. This is I'm creating a new policy. This is my new policy. As for the policy, I'm taking a backup 3 a.m. night, right? And I'm keeping a snapshot for 1 day, and its snapshot will get deleted. The backup will get deleted after 7 days. Now the second thing is that which I need to do. I need to define my source. After the policy, I need to define my source. That is my virtual machine. I'll click add. I can see that in the same region I have only one virtual machine. I can see. I won't able to see the another virtual machine. Can you see that? This is not showing up here because it is not advisable for to go for the cross region backup. So I just choose that virtual machine which is available here, and now after validating I'll just enable the backup. So it is applying the policy, creating a policy, applying the rule on my what do we say that recovery vault, and it will start taking a backup. Make sense, guys? Any questions here so far? You can take a guys, remember this is not a recovery. This is just taking a backup. Recovery you can do anytime. Whenever you have any fail happen, you can take a recovery. And if your question is that can we take a backup in a daytime? Yes, you can take a backup in a daytime. There is no restriction at all. You can take backup 24 by 7. There is no restriction at all. But what we preferred, what is industry practice, we generally take a backup in night. Why we take a backup in night? Because we don't want to get disturbed other application which is running in a day. Let's say that banking transaction, right? Generally banking transaction when happen, it's happened in days. Nobody's get up in late night 3 a.m. and take a transaction. Sometimes it will happen, but most of the cases people do the banking in daytime. Let's say that Flipkart website backup, right? So all the transaction which is happening till the AM, 2 a.m. people do the purchasing, selling products till the in the morning, or a late night might be 2 a.m. Nobody do and at 4 p.m. or 4 or 3 a.m. So that's why that's the safest time to take a backup. Make sense? Is it your questions? Regarding a recovery you can take it anytime. Whenever you have the system got crash, you can have a backup, latest backup copy, you can recover your data, right? Recovery and backup, the two different process. Backup is you're keeping a copy. Recovery is you're taking out that already copy and making it original. Got it, guys? Perfect. So now what I have done, it is have not been done, it have not taken any backup. It's just initiated the policies, apply the backup policy on virtual machine. So if I go here, I can, if I want to see that how many backup I have, I can simply click on protected items. So how do I initiate it? Backups? I have initiated backup from the backup. And how do I see that what are the virtual machine I have taken a backups? I can see in protected items. In the protected items, I can see the backup items. I can click here. You will see that, okay, you have one virtual machine which you are unable for the backup. Now you can click in the backup, click on virtual machine. You can see that which virtual machine you have. This is VM1, right? Now, if you click here in the VM1 and you see there, you will, come on, oh, it's not showing. Yeah. So it says that you don't have any copy. There is no restoration point as of now. There's no restoration point. Why? Because backup supposed to be get happen at 3 a.m. Not right now. We have just enabled the policy. So my backup will be happen at 3 a.m. night. But sometimes what happened that I want to take a backup. I just want to make it sure that okay, it's daily, it's happening automatically. at in night, but some changes I want to do, or before the changes I want to take a backup. So I just simply click on backup now. This is out of the policy. The policy will take a backup, another copy at 3 a.m. night, but this is I'm forcefully asking to take a backup. So it's asking me, okay, you are forcing me to take a backup. So this is out of the policy. So till when you want to keep this copy? I'll say that keep it for the 2 days only. That is sufficient for me. So I started triggering a backup. Now I'm taking a backup, right? Now I'll just let me come back out completely. I want to see that where this process I can see here, I can see the triggering process, I can click here, but I want to see that how many backups is right now happening. I want to see that all the logs, activities. So I can go here. This is getting started for taking a starting a backup. This is for to seeing that which backups I have taken. If I want to see the logs, I can go and backup jobs. In the monitoring section, I can see the backup jobs. Here I can see myself which is in progress, which is in completed. So this VM1 is configuration completed, which we have done okay that time. It is just configuration what got completed. Now, now when I click on backup now, its backup process got initiated. Its backup is initiated. If I want to see details, I can click on view and I can see that okay, it's taking a snapshot as of now. Then after the snapshot, it will transfer my snapshot, compress the snapshot, make it minimize the snapshot and send it to Vault. That will happen in step 2, right? Any questions so far, guys, on the backup? No questions? Number of virtual machine can be added at a time. There's no problem. So you can, when you go to that getting started and you say that my workload, come on. Hey, why is taking too much time? Let me refresh the page. All right. When you click on Azure Virtual Machine and Backup, then you choose your policy, which we already created, doesn't matter. If you have already created, you can simply add virtual machine. Now, when you click on add virtual machine, it will check in the same region all virtual machine. As of now, we already added VM1, so there is no virtual machine left out. So if let's say that I have 100 virtual machine, I can simply click 100 virtual machine and click OK. That time it will get added, right? Perfect. So tomorrow we'll see that restoration process because I want to show you a couple of things in the restoration, right? And I'll will showing that I'll keep this backup enabled, so it will also show that my virtual machine backup at 3 a.m. night. It will take a backup. All right. One more shortcut. You can go to your backup. You can click on virtual machine. You can simply go here and you can find out a backup. You can, if you click here, it will take you to automatically to your recovery vault, which you have already configured, right? It will take you to recovery vault. Same. You can you can see that recovery vault name by backup recovery vault. You have given a name. What is the policy? This is the policy. As per the policy, it will take a backup at 3 a.m. So from rather than going on recovery vault, you can go from the virtual machine, and there is a tab called backup tab. You can choose there also, right? So let's say that I have not enabled for the virtual machine 2. This is virtual machine 2. I have not configured for that. So if I go here in the backup section, it will ask me to create a new recovery vault here. Welcome to the backup. create a recovery vault. I can choose my recovery vault because this is a different region, so I have to create a different recovery vault, right? So there is no recovery vault, or I can simply select the existing. So if any virtual machine, any recovery vault already there in existing region, so I can choose that one also. Make sense, guys? So this is nothing but APIs calling either rather than from virtual machine. We can directly call virtual machine from the recovery vault. Both are the same thing. All right. So I believe that backup will be happening as of now. I can go and see here recovery vault. Right. I can see in my monitoring logs. Okay. So here it's you can see that simply my process is happening. Come on, show me quickly. All right. So it will just show me that process is happening. A snapshot has been taken now, transferring to the recovery vault. That is might be showing that time. All right. That's absolutely fine. It's taking too much time. All right, guys. So see you tomorrow. Hope you have understand the snapshot concept and the backup concept. So do take a snapshot, recover your data, take a backup, and how to recover from the backup. I'll show you tomorrow once backup has been completed. It will take approximately half an hour to take a backup because it's a backup, right? Snapshot can be done quickly. The backup will take time because it's compressed the data. Any question, guys? All right, perfect. Then see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Sure, sure, sure. I'll do that.